Hey there. If stories about love, betrayal, and heartbreaking consequences draw you in, hit that subscribe button and join our little circle of stories that leave a mark. Here's one that still lingers in my bones. I didn't laugh because it was funny. I laughed because it felt like getting away with something dangerous. It was a thrill, sharp, reckless, and entirely out of character. Our first kiss happened in the supply closet at work. His lips were still brushing mine as I leaned against a cold metal shelf. My pulse wasn't frantic from fear. It was from excitement. His name was Trevor. He was my supervisor. And I was married. At the time, I convinced myself it was harmless. Just a moment. A breath of something wild in the middle of a painfully ordinary life. My husband, Daniel, was dependable, sweet, predictable. We weren't unhappy exactly. We were just muted. Life with him was stable, but colorless. I used to joke that the way he folded laundry had more heat than our sex life. We didn't argue. We didn't dream. We just moved through the weeks like clockwork. So when Trevor started paying attention, I soaked it up like sunlight after years in the shade. He stayed late with me, noticed my new shoes, laughed at my dry, offbeat humor. He had this presence, confident, magnetic, the kind of man who always seemed to be performing for an invisible audience. When his fingers brushed mine, I didn't flinch. I leaned in. It began, like most affairs do, in shadows. A shared ride home. An innocent dinner that ran a little too long. The first time we slept together, I felt electric. Not because of what we did, but because of what it meant. I looked in the mirror the next morning and saw someone glowing back at me. I felt alive. Desired, not invisible, and that feeling became addictive. What began as a secret spark turned into a full double life. We met during out-of-town conferences. We messaged each other during long meetings. We exchanged glances no one else noticed. And all the while, Daniel trusted me. He was knee-deep in launching a startup and never once suspected that my late nights weren't always about work. Eventually, I stopped feeling bad. I built a story around what I was doing. I was unfulfilled. I was neglected. I was only human. I told myself I wasn't doing anything worse than what life had done to me, offer me a half-love, a half-marriage. And for a time I believed it, until the fantasy cracked. One evening, Trevor whispered, "Leave him. I'll take care of everything." And for the first time, the fantasy felt like pressure. I hadn't planned to destroy my life. I never meant to dismantle a marriage. Not mine, not his. He was married, too, after all. I smiled and brushed it off with a kiss and said, "Why ruin something that's working?" But that moment changed everything. From then on, the lightness turned heavy. Trevor got possessive. He wanted to know where I was all the time. He questioned my loyalty, as if I wasn't already risking everything for him. He'd check my phone, get cold if I didn't answer fast enough. He accused me of cheating, while I was already cheating for him. I started to feel trapped. I'd lie next to Daniel at night, watching him sleep peacefully, and this gnawing guilt would eat away at me. I told Trevor it had to end. I thought he'd fight, beg. Instead, he smiled and said, "All right," just like that. Too calm. That should have been the warning. A week later, Daniel sat me down at our kitchen table. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. His hands shook as he held up his phone. "I got this email," he said. It was anonymous. But I knew before he even showed me. Photos, screenshots, videos, hotel timestamps that aligned with every lie I'd told. My stomach turned to ice. Trevor had sent them. Every moment I thought was private had been documented. Daniel didn't shout. He didn't break anything. He just looked at me, shattered. "You lied to me for over a year," he said. "I trusted you with my life." He left that night. One bag, one drive away. I stood at the window, watching his taillights disappear. Trevor called the next morning, acting like the slate was clean. "Now you're free," he said, like this was something we should celebrate. I hung up. I felt nothing for him. Not love, not anger, just emptiness. The affair had burned everything to ash. Friends stopped calling. Our mutuals sided with Daniel. And honestly, they should have. I didn't just lose a husband. I lost the only person who had ever really known me and still chosen to love me. And the worst part? I didn't even want the man I gave it all up for. I started therapy out of desperation, to survive the echo of loneliness. But with time, I stopped trying to feel better and started trying to understand. Why did I destroy something that was never meant to hurt me? Why did I equate being wanted with being worthy? I used Trevor's attention like a fix, pretending it meant something deeper than it did. I remember sitting in that therapist's office, admitting I laughed so much during the affair. Now I cry every night. She didn't judge me. She just said, "That's because some part of you knew this would break you, but you did it anyway." And she was right. Daniel was the real loss. Not because I miss being married, but because I never deserved someone that good. Months later, I sent him a single email. No excuses, no explanations, just an apology. A real one. I told him I understood now, and that I wouldn't ask for anything in return. He didn't write back, and he shouldn't. I've moved. I've taken a new job in a city where no one knows what I did. I live alone. No toothbrush beside mine, no sleepy Sunday mornings, just a quiet apartment filled with memories I can't outrun. I wonder sometimes if he's found someone who gives him the love I couldn't. I hope she sees him, really sees him, and meets him with passion and presence. I hope he's happy. As for me, I'm still learning. Learning that temptation isn't a justification. That pain doesn't excuse betrayal. That nothing thrilling is worth the cost of peace. And I've stopped laughing. I don't laugh like that anymore.